Hey everybody, Depop Ink Addict coming at you here from the Nerd Cave. I gotta give mad props to a friend of mine who has been through so much, even with me growing up. Half the time too, he was my partner in crime. But Al, this one's to you, bud. The talk we had earlier tonight, I mean, you reminded me again of why I do this and why I prefer to put everything out in the open. Because if it helps somebody, that's all I ask. The reason why also this one, matter of perspective. I'm a big lyric guy, everybody knows that, or you do now. Don't get me wrong, I like to throw on a little random stuff, get my thug on. But that's neither here nor there. NF, who I've been listening to for a long time, is releasing his third album in 3 years. And I've been blessed enough to meet him, one of the most humble people I've ever met. And his album that's coming out is Perception. And it's just so great how it coincides with what I've been going through the last 4 weeks. I mean, my suicide and depression part 2 kind of hits on that where it all began, but it's interesting too to be able to reflect back on what I've actually accomplished. And I'm not by any means even close to essentially a comfort zone, but when are we really? I mean, when we have something good happen, we're happy. Something bad happens, we're sad. Human emotion. But we all handle all these things in a different aspect. But it also goes back to that. It's a matter of perspective. And at least over the last week or so plus, I've been able to reflect a little bit more and going, okay, this sucks. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this, and I still don't. There's still deep-seated fear in my heart, but to know that I've come as far as I have is a whole new aspect and a whole new world to me. I've never had to face these aspects before that I'm confronted with right now in my life, ever, in 20 years, and that is no lie. In 20 years plus, actually, I've never had to. And what I thought was going good, what I thought was going great, in my perspective, that's what I thought, when in all definition of the madness was actually building in from behind. And it destroyed me. But as we start learning from these aspects, as we start looking back, there's nothing wrong with looking back. Some people, they want you to hide your emotions. They want you to take that, and they want you to push it to a side. And there is some acceptance to that to a degree. But, at the same time, though, these are life lessons that we're supposed to learn from. And if we don't, how are we supposed to take that and look at that from a different perspective? I mean, I look back and say, man, I should be dead 25 times over. And just like Alan and I were talking today, I love how he brought up the fact that I've been able to train my brain to a degree that, when my feet hit the floor, I want the devil to go, oh shit, he's up. I pray constantly, and when I do, I start yelling. Demons be gone. You have no place here. No place in my heart. And I'll tell you what, I crank up some tunes around the house if I need to get going around, and you see me moshing around, and I'll just be with the music. I'll just be going with it. I'll just be pumped up. And that's my release. And that's what we need to also find. Because that release also brings about, again, the matter of perspective. What are we going to learn from said? What have you learned from said? If we ain't learning, we're dying. That goes for everything. But I think deep down it's the life lessons. It's the life portions. You know, being suicidal. Been there. Drinking and drugs. Been there. To go back and look at going, man, over 10 years, I've completed 3 degrees. I got 2 associates and a bachelor's. Looking to go on to number 4. I've owned my own house for going on 10 years now, by myself. And I turned 35 in May. And to look at that, and to let other things cloud that judgment, it is so easy to. Don't get me wrong, it is so easy to, and it's going to. But it just depends on the classic saying. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And that's what I challenge you on. Find that fight. Find what you need to. Find what you're passionate about. Me, it's music. I write also. I just write and write and write. And I'm actually in the process of putting all my writings from when I was wasted all the time. And I was one of those guys that, because I wasn't necessarily a cutter, but I had to see myself bleed. So I'd punch out windows. I would just so I could see it. Make it feel like I'm alive. I'm not proving anything to anybody. But I look back at the perspective of everything and what life has just recently dealt me, and I can look back at that going, man, I didn't overreact. I didn't put my hand through nothing. I didn't destroy this and that. I mean, what's going on? Is this real? It is. So grab a hold of that. It's real. You know? It's only gonna be as real as what you grab, what you comprehend, what you hold deep. You gotta find that passion. You gotta find that, love. What you love, music. Somebody you got on your side, your team. Don't work. Don't be so quick to throw away things. And I know, again, this is so much easier said than done. And it's taken me so long, 10 years, and I'm still going at it, and I know. But the thing is I'm prepping myself because I know this ain't the end, it's only the beginning. And it's not like something is going to come around my way again and not throw me a curveball. But it's, again, what matter of perspective am I going to take it on? Am I going to take it as a life lesson? Or am I going to take it as, screw it, I'm done. This wasn't meant to be. Screw it. Game over, man. Game over. This isn't fair. Yeah, you're damn right. It's not fair. I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, there's no denying any of that. I still think that. I still believe everything that happened over these last 4 weeks is not fair. But it's the hand I was given. And if I don't, and I don't try to take it from a different perspective, and looking at this like I have now, it's just been unreal. And that's what I want for anybody and everybody that may listen to this or see this. Man, just gotta, grip it and rip it. It's one of my favorite sayings that I've had too, is, it just came up to me once when I was dealing with somebody that I was telling, oh, that's in the past, that's in the past. No, it's not. You can only call it the past is if you've done something to change it. Otherwise, it's just your present and future. You have no right. You honestly have no fucking right to call it your past. Because you're still doing it. If I was still doing everything I was before, I haven't not once in years put my hand through, and patching up walls in my house and all this other stuff. And I'm so blessed. I mean, I refuse to believe that what I've been given and what I have right now was just done to be taken away. No matter your faith or beliefs, anything like that, you know what? I mean, it all comes down to you. Only you can do it. Only you can handle it. If you're going to reach out for help, reach out for help if you need to. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be ashamed. I felt so ashamed. I felt embarrassed. I was blaming myself. And so many people told me, it's like, man, don't do that to yourself. And I had to take that to heart. You know, people are in your lives for a reason. You may not know exactly what, but if you keep your mind's eye open, it'll start to roll. And so with that, man, Alan, I thank you so much, dude, for hitting me up and just bringing that passion back too for me. It doesn't matter, man, where these go. I'm just gonna keep doing it and look at others aspects coming too, that anything I can bring to the table for you, for others, please reach out. I mean, hit me up with a topic or something. I mean, my life is an open book. I'm actually working on my own book with writings and all that stuff. So again, thanks, man. And I want to thank all you too that I have gotten responses from, because without you it would not reignite my passion, and let alone give me this new perspective of life. And it's an amazing one when you're ready to, but if you're not, it won't be. That I can guarantee you. So with that, again, Deepop coming out of you from State 48. Peace out. God bless and mad love. Wish you the best in everything you do.